There are three topics that are presented in chapters 1 and 2 that I just want to touch on because I didn't see them in the list of Microsoft requirements for the MTA. However, it wouldn't surprise me if you see questions on them. And so let's just touch on these three things in three separate videos. The first one is PowerShell. Now, we mentioned PowerShell a long time ago. We mentioned up here at the top of these notes as something similar to command line. But I want you to know that PowerShell is not command line, and it is very, very different. I'm going to go ahead and open a PowerShell window here. And this is kind of big, so we'll just, I made the print as big as I could on here so that you could see it more easily. PowerShell is a full-grown scripting language. Unlike the command line, it has a full range of scripting commands in it that you can use to automate a lot of things on your network. It is a command line tool, that is to say an immediate run command line tool, although the commands don't look anything like they do in the command line. So for example, in the command line I would normally type dir if I want a directory of, in this case, the C Windows System 32 directory. However, all of the commands, or we call them commandlets, in PowerShell are the form of a verb and a noun. In this case, it's get-child item. This is the equivalent of the dir command, and we would get a listing of the System 32 files. Oh, it's going to be quite long. I probably should have chosen something else. Another thing that PowerShell can do is something called desired state configuration. So it has this capability of monitoring a server and making sure that that server has the settings that we want in it. And if those settings ever get changed or stray for some reason through corruption or through tampering or anything else, or just accidentally by somebody making a mistake, then PowerShell has this desired state configuration capability of getting it back to the way it's supposed to be. Another thing that PowerShell can do that the command line cannot do is true remoting. Now, I can send a command in the command line to another computer, but with PowerShell I can actually set up a remote session. And in fact, I can set up a remote session to multiple servers at once and then configure those servers through that remote session. So those are some of the features that PowerShell has that that you will not find in the command line.